Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Donald Trump, from the very beginning of his term, has taken a my way or the highway approach. That's not reasonable.
The problem is people are getting hurt in this. People are not getting on flights. They can't get SNAP benefits. There's real pain across the country while they're showing we're fighting Trump.
There is no pain that is worth it. Our people are hurting. And they're hurting because of these games that we continue to see from Washington, D.C.
We just saw the air traffic controllers are calling in sick because they have to stay home and take care of their families because they are going without pay. Delays on the flights are going to cause, if this goes down further, Americans will not be able to see their loved ones by Thanksgiving. So we have to reopen the government and whatever it takes place.
Both sides playing the shutdown blame game on the Sunday shows this morning. Meantime, travelers across the country are trying to navigate thousands of delayed and canceled flights. Those numbers will continue to grow as the FAA ramps up restrictions at dozens of airports, with air traffic controllers still going unpaid. Let's bring in former Deputy Administrator of the FAA under the Trump administration, Dan Elwell. Dan, thanks for being with us today. What do you see as the solution here?
Thanks for having me, John. The solution is an end to the shutdown. Everything that happens between now and the shutdown ending is, at least on the airline side and the FAA side and DOT, the areas I'm most familiar with, until then, those entities will do everything they can to keep the skies safe. Unfortunately, as we approach a holiday, a major holiday, unfortunately, those efforts, by definition, slows the system down, as you just said, and it's only going to get worse.
Katie Porter, the Democrat governor candidate for governor in California, made a lot of waves when she suggested you ought to shut down private air travel so that the airlines can continue to make use of the airspace. Listen.
Every day, thousands of private jets take off, carrying CEOs, billionaires, and the 1%. And they take up the work of the air traffic control system, too. Wouldn't it make more sense to cancel the planes that carry the fewest passengers first?
What do you think of that proposal?
I didn't really hear that as a proposal, more of a complaint, and it's actually an unfounded complaint. As it is, commercial travel in the United States gets first treatment. So what that means is when things slow down, like at Newark or JFK, then the business jets or the private jets get access to those airports after the commercial airlines that are scheduled into those places. So they're going to be self-corrected. They're going to have to slow down and get delays. Trust me, if there's delays on tarmacs, those business jets are sitting in those delays just like the airlines.
Sean Duffy, obviously the Secretary of Transportation, he says one possibility would be to bring in reservists. Obviously, the military has its own air traffic controllers. Maybe reservists could do the job, at least backstop some of the controllers who are having to stay home. Listen.
I had a text from Secretary of War Pete Hegseth yesterday, who's made an offer that he has air traffic controllers in the reserves. If we could deploy them, and I don't know that we can, we got to see what airspaces they worked in, but he'll step in and try to provide some relief in the skies.
What do you think about that suggestion, putting reservists in the air traffic control towers?
Of course, the military has controllers, and they're very good. I was an Air Force reservist and really appreciated the service that those controllers gave me when I was in there. But it's not quite that easy. Controllers need to be trained at the stations where they work. So you can be a fully qualified controller, but if you've never controlled traffic at JFK, it takes months to get qualified to do that. So they could use military controllers, but if they're going to be used immediately, they have to be used at airports where they're currently working. Those are called joint use fields, where you have military and commercial at the same airport. But yeah, I mean, they could probably help delay the inevitable, which is a real meltdown if this shutdown keeps going beyond this week or next week.
Well, our Chad Pergram is saying there could be a vote tonight that would, get the ball rolling on the government reopening, perhaps as early as midweek. If that happens, do you think the air traffic? How long would it take to get the air traffic control system back in order?
Well, I was acting administrator for the 35-day shutdown in 2019. And once the shutdown ended and people getting paid, controllers were getting paid again, the snap back to normal operations was, as I recall, very quick. And the need for canceling more flights will end as the shutdown ends. And it's pretty much back to ops normal. And I would hope that that's what would happen if this shutdown ends quickly.
Yeah, you got to feel for those controllers and the TSA personnel who are working without pay right now. Dan Elwell. Dan, thanks very much.
Good to be with you, John. Thanks.
You bet.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.